Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the world of plantboi. Look at Cleopatra. Hi, Cleo. All right. Today I am back with another video, and I have a video in regards to not necessarily a romantic person, but we're just gonna see what people around you are thinking and saying about you. Whatever it be, when you come across people, what are they saying about you? What are they thinking about you? We're gonna get all the little secrets that lie within their mind when they think about you. And this is regards to like just people in general, just energies when they meet you, what they think and say about you. But we can make this specific, and as you pick, I'm going to be showing you 3 different stones individually, then all together. You can pick and think of a specific person, like a romantic partner. So you can either do that, or you can just let it be open to whoever and whatever. So I have the Morgan Greer Tarot with us today, okay? And this is also timeless. This is a general reading. This is for a group of people. I'm going to be showing you stones, and I just want you to focus on the intention as each one passes by. And then once I show you them all together, just pause and take a deep breath and choose according to your intuition, okay? Don't think about it too much. So this is number 1. Number 1, a nice green square stone. I don't know the names of these stones. Number 2 is this onyx. I know the name of this stone. Onyx. My dog Clea is just chilling right here, so she's a part of this reading. This is number 3. This is like a nice blue. You see those little like spots of like gray blue, baby blue, and then there's like a dark forest green around it. Also, I'm sorry if I'm shaking because I drink coffee. What are people thinking and saying about you? What do people say about you after they meet you? What do they think about you after an interaction? 1, 2, and 3. Hello, number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's just shuffle your deck. You chose this stone. So first we're gonna get what people, we're gonna talk about what people think of you, okay? What do people think about you when they come into contact with you? What do people think of you, number 1? What do people think of you? When people first meet you and come into contact with you, I feel like they think of you as somebody who's sharp and smart and intelligent and kind of like analytical and knows how to get around people. And I feel like people are intimidated by you. I feel like people are scared of you and intimidated of you and fear what you can do to them. I feel like people fear your potential, and I feel like people know that you are capable of doing anything if they get on your bad side, okay? I feel like you have like a sharp tongue, and I feel like you have a sharp mouth and a sharp mind. I feel like that is what causes this fear within people, because they see how you interact with other people when somebody tries to come for you sideways or whatever it be, okay? And I feel like you shut that down real quick. I feel like you are not somebody who allows a lot of things to I feel like you are somebody who doesn't allow to be stepped over. I feel like people think you are somebody who is not capable of being taken advantage of, okay? I feel like people are very admired by your strength and your resilience, and I feel like a lot of people know that you have gone through certain things, or you just talk about certain things, or you're just this person that displays this like this strong persona that just has experienced many things, okay? I'm sensing like prison or military even, or like some sort of like you kind of have this experience that a lot of people don't have, so they kind of hold you to like a people look at you with like recognition. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like people look at you with recognition, and I feel like people recognize what you do. I feel like people recognize where you have been in life, okay? I feel like you are somebody who draws in attention wherever you go. I feel like even though you have this like darkness, this like kind of edge to you and this intimidation to you, I feel like that does not really stop people from being attracted to you. I feel like that just brings this form of respect, okay? So I feel like people are attracted to you and admire you, but they respect you. They're not going to be like toying with you or messing with you or pushing your buttons because you have a sharp tongue and you don't have to touch somebody. I feel like you don't really have to be aggressive physically because you're aggressive with your mind. So yeah, I feel like you have an aggressive tongue where people don't really have to think about how you will physically interact with them because they're scared of how you will intimidate them with your words. You're like very pure and beautiful and attractive, and you have this light to you, this sharp mind, very intelligent, very mature. Everybody just genuinely respects you as a person. I feel like you're very hardworking and you get what you want done. I feel like people are kind of scared to make eye contact with you too. Maybe you have an aggressive face or you have aggressive facial features, okay, that intimidate people. That's what I'm feeling. Now let us get what people say about you, okay? So thinking one thing about one person is completely different from what they actually say, okay? Some people can think one thing but be haters and say something else, or some people could think one thing but be on your side and say something else, you know? Well, everything is just flipped and flopped. So we'll figure out if people are flip and floppy towards your energies. All right, so you know how I said that I feel like you have this experience you did? I feel like you have this thing that people know about, or something you talk about, like an experience, having this sort of trauma or this experience. I feel like there's something that's like very strong and striking that happened to you and that you experienced and a lot of people know about. And I feel like people kind of say this thing about you where you are unstable and unsteady and maybe unbalanced, okay? And I feel like people I'm feeling like an aggressive type thing, like people feel like you're a ticking time bomb, and I feel like people talk about how you get triggered very easily. But let's get more. What do people say about you? I feel like people say what they think about you. I feel like people say that you're an intimidating person and that you have a sharp tongue, and I feel like people say that they can't really say what they want with you and they have to walk around eggshells with you, and they feel like they can't really express themselves fully with you. Maybe some people feel like you're too controlling and too like you have such an authoritative presence. I feel like there's this overbearing aspect to your energy. Like people feel overbeared and people feel kind of suffocated. People are so intimidated that their anxiety gets to them and they get suffocated, but you are not responsible for stopping how you feel or how you want to act just because you don't want to trigger another person's anxiety or form of like fear. So this is not a negative in regards to you. Intimidation is not bad because people respect you, okay? People don't talk negatively about you, okay? People are very open with how they feel and how they talk about you, okay? I feel like people are very open about the conversation about you. They're not really scared to like talk about you behind your back. But I feel like there are those people that get very triggered and they will stab you in your back literally, okay? You see that? But I feel like this isn't really like stabbing in the back. I feel like this is somebody who just feels overbeared, okay? I feel like people think that you can't really accept things, okay? I feel like people think you're like an argumentative person, and I feel like a lot of the things people say about you are about arguments and about not accepting things. But I also feel like some of you guys maybe have somebody that you ghosted or somebody that you stopped talking to or had a thing with romantically, okay? And you kind of just shut yourself down and didn't accept the feelings or didn't accept something, and that person does talk about you. So if you have somebody you rejected in the past, they still talk about you with their friends and stuff. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I have for you. We got more anxiety. I feel like people feel unsettled around you and unfree, but I feel like it's their own triggering anxieties, like because you're such like this leadership role. When people are around you, it kind of makes them feel trapped, okay? there's like different people. There's like this lover talking about you. If that resonates with you, that's what I feel is happening. Like this lover is talking about you, or this person you ghosted. Then we have like the friends that love to talk about how like you're so smart and intimidating and your mind is so striking and blah blah blah. It's like kind of like a character you own. So I feel like it's very respectable to say that you are striking with your mouth and intimidating. But then we have people that talk about how you like are overbearing and annoying. All right, so that's what I feel for you. There's like 3 different things coming in. So let me know if that resonated with you, and if it did, please comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, the world of plantboi. Hello, number 2. Welcome to your reading. I am going to shuffle on camera, and I am going to first talk about what people think about you, and then I'm going to talk about what people say about you, okay? Because there's a difference between how people think towards somebody and what they say about that same person. So I'm just gonna shuffle for you, number 2. What do people think of you, number 2? I feel like there's somebody you walked away from that is really keeping you in their mind, or somebody that ghosted you or you ghosted them. That's what I'm feeling. Oh, damn. Okay, go off. So I feel like people see you as somebody who is very hardworking, okay? I feel like people are impressed by how you are such a hard worker and impressed about your accomplishments. I feel like you are somebody of a lot of accomplishments, okay? I feel like you just do your thing, and I feel like you mind your own business, and I feel like people respect that you mind your business. I feel like people see you as somebody with an expansive mind. I feel like people are very inspired by your mind because you're such a hard worker, and I feel like people see your mind as a creative tool, and I feel like people get inspired by that and try to get little like tips and tricks of how you do things and how you get work done. I feel like this is not just like work. I feel like there's like a hobby involved that you are very into and you probably express on the internet or something. But I feel like you show this and you display this, and people kind of see this as like your image, like you working, you expanding, you seeing, and kind of building your empire. And I feel like people really associate you with your little empire that you're building. Like if you're doing something online, or you have like a boutique or some type of business, I feel like people associate you with your business or with your hobby or whatever you do online, or however you display that to the world, okay? I feel like people think you are somebody who is very successful and victorious in what you do. That's what I am feeling. I'm feeling you are very passionate about something particular, like a certain hobby again. But I feel like you are successful at this, okay? We got the 6 of Wands and the Page of Wands. It's kind of like people watched your whole timeline kind of play out, and I feel like people started watching you when you kind of just had this idea or built it up, and then now they're continuing to watch you as you are successful, okay? Whatever that is. Maybe you were just posting about going to school and then like you finally graduated, or you were posting about some like accomplishment you're trying to do and you finally accomplished it. But that's what I'm feeling. People are kind of just inspired by you. A lot of passion involved, like creative passion. That's what I'm feeling. Now let's see what people say about you, okay? What do people say about number 2? What do people say about number 2? I feel like people say and talk about your carefree energy, okay? I feel like people talk about how you don't care about a lot of things. I feel like people talk about how you have an expansive mind, you know? Like I said before, they kind of like saw you and worked with you through your passion or whatever you were posting. And I feel like this really lets people just talk about your mind, rather than like, they don't really talk about anything but your mind and how you kind of know what to do. Like I feel like people always think you're right, and they're always holding you to a high standard, okay? I feel like you might also be in a relationship that people talk about, okay? I feel like there might be secrets and drama involved in this relationship, and people probably talk about that. Or if there's like drama involved with your family life, I feel like people talk about that. And I feel like people talk about how you're kind of like you're kind of like a mediator and you don't really care about these things. I feel like there's a lot of things going on and a lot of secrets that are being held when it comes to your family or when it comes to relationships, or like kind of like your dynamic, your life, whatever's happening around you, like your living quarters, your living life, or your like romantic life. I feel like that's what people talk about. Again, the Two of Cups, this is of course the relationship that I was also talking about, but we have this and the Ten of Cups. I feel like there's something people talk about. Maybe you kind of got exposed, or you exposed a person in a relationship, or there was just a breakup and then you got together. I feel like it's something dumb, like something people just like the drama of just because it's there, you know? I feel like it's something crazy. And I feel like, again, they talk about how you are so calm with all this stuff. You don't really speak on it, or you don't really talk down about people who talk about this. I feel like you're very calm about this, okay? And I feel like you are very mature and you are very focused, again, on your pentacle. You're very focused on whatever it is you are going towards, like your job or your money or whatever that passion was. That's what I'm feeling. But like I said, with the Hangman, there's like this calm energy, like you don't really care about what this whole little drama thing is. And I feel like that is what people are talking about. There's this like ease to your energy. There's this like ease to who you are. Very grounded. That's what I'm feeling. Look at all these like grounded, calm, easing cards, okay? And then we got the relationships, okay? So I feel like people probably talk to you about this stuff and about like the relationship stuff, and then they talk about how you react towards the way they talk to you about that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people come to you and try to get like the drama and the bits out of you about the main issue, and then you kind of just respond very calmly, very mature and grounded and insightful. And people just like how you keep your guard down, your secrets down, and you just keep going and you keep doing what you do. That's what I'm getting out of this, okay? Like maybe friends continue to ask you about a relationship or about a certain family issue, or kind of like the whole family group knows about your relationship issues, but it's like you're very calm about it, and they just talk about how you're very calm and like you're a responsible person and you know where to direct your energies. And I feel like people are aware, okay? I feel like people notice that about you. They very much just talk good about you. I don't think it's really bad. I feel like they talk about the drama involved, but when it comes to your name, there's nothing bad that comes up. It's kind of just your name is attached to the situation or the drama that is talked about, but you are not the topic that is being talked about, you know? That's what I'm feeling with you. So if that resonated with you, please let me know. Comment down below, like and subscribe. And until next time, the world of plantboi. Hello, number 3. I love this stone. It's so unique to me. Let us see what people think about you first, okay? So I'm going to get what people think about you, and then we're going to talk about what people say about you, okay? Because those two energies are different. What people think about towards somebody is completely different of what they say about that same person. So let's see what's going on with you. I feel like you're a giving person. I feel like you see the cup half full rather than half empty, okay? What do people think of number 3? What do people think of you, number 3? All right. So I feel like people are, I feel like people very much admire your persona and who you are. I feel like you hold this aspect of like royalty to yourself. I feel like you have a high regard for yourself and you hold yourself to a high standard, okay? We got the Queen of Pentacles, we got the King of Swords, and we got the Empress. I feel like you are very grounded, and people see you as somebody who is very grounded. I feel like people see you kind of like as this perfect image, okay? I feel like people see you as somebody who is grounded, who is reliable, beautiful, just real. I feel like your energy is real. Like your thoughts and what you say and how you express yourself coincides with how you act, okay? And how you are. I feel like you are very real and people love your mind and talking to you. There's a thing with speaking to you that people really enjoy, okay? I feel like you are also very attractive. attractiveness is very much a huge focal point in how people think about you. I feel like people are always attracted to you, and I feel like people are always thinking about your body, okay? And I don't think it's necessarily just your body, it's your mind too, okay? The Empress is pregnant. I feel like people want to get you pregnant, but I also feel like they are impregnated by your thoughts and your way of thinking. We also have all these cups. I feel like people think you're very flexible. As you are very grounded and reliable and stable in yourself, I feel like people see you as somebody who's very flexible, because the way you communicate is very it's very versatile. I feel like you can have conversations with many groups of people, and I feel like you're just a real person. Like, I feel like you're very genuine. That's what I'm feeling, a very genuine, intelligent person, and I feel like people think that about you. But there's that attractiveness in there. I feel like you have like attractive privilege, okay? And I feel like you get away with everything you want, and I feel like people naturally hold you to a high standard because of how you look. Okay, I feel like people are very impressed by your looks, and it's not just your looks, again, it's your persona and how you express yourself and how you talk, okay? It's like no matter who you confront, you can get away with whatever it is you want to get away with, okay? Whichever cup you take, I feel like you can handle it. Because you have your mind in order, you know, you have your heart in order. All your material abundance, I feel like you have your like material gain in order. Your physical appearance is in order. I feel like people just are like wowed by you. Now let's see what people say. I feel like there are probably some exes involved that you kind of didn't accept, or you neglected, or there's people that you neglected. There's somebody that still has you in their mind, and I feel like there's somebody that still talks about you, or you have like a lot of lovers and a lot of people you're probably passionate with, okay, that kind of keep you in their mind and keep you relevant in the speaking and thoughts, okay? It's like you're kind of just like the topic of conversation when it comes to like sex talk or beauty wise, or like when people start talking about females or males, it's like you're the topic of conversation if you're in like a certain group or a group setting or in a school, you know, classes, workspace. Again, the conversations, okay? The conversations can be sexually based, and the conversations can be kind of naive and dark, okay? I feel like the conversations can go to a place that is very much taken by not a drive, like a pull, like a negative pull. I feel like people spiral down into a negative space because they think of like sexual things with you. That's what I'm feeling, okay? I feel like it's like sexually based, okay? And I feel like look at this, it's just all the knights coming towards you. I feel like there's knights with emotion and vessels, and then we have knights with pentacles. So I feel like there's people coming at you with money, with stability, trying to actually wife you up, husband you up, but then we have people coming at you with just like emotions and kind of just want to express themselves to you because they're obsessed. We also have apologies, okay? We have people from the past bringing apologies. I feel like people just talk about you in a romantic, sexualized way, okay? It's either romantic, it's either like crush-like, an obsession, or sexualized, okay? That's what I feel like revolves around you. This is somebody who is victorious. This is somebody who just got back from war and won, you know? I feel like people talk about you as a prize, as something that is like earned, okay? I feel like a lot of people talk about you as something that they want and desire, but they're also impressed by what you do. Again, it's like you're just an impression within itself. Like there's nothing to do but just be there, and people are already impressed. The King of Wands too, people think about emotion, talk about emotion. They all talk about maybe the way you are in relationships. They probably talk about the person you're in a relationship with. But yeah, whew. All right, that's what I'm feeling with you. There's nothing really negative. It's just all the negative talk is kind of just like comes from a negative space, you know? It's not like it's like bad and negative towards you, but that's what I feel. So if that resonates with you, please comment, like, and subscribe if that does. And until next time, the world of plantboi.